Ooga fucking ooga cunts, and welcome back to another Cunt stream. This is specifically CNN, the Cunt News Network. You come to us every Sunday for all your news-wanting needs, but let's face facts, you're here because Rob, Ren, and Ishtar are about to make me cringe like a motherfucker on this goddamn thing.
It is our hobby, yes.
Speaking of which,
I got
of course,
some good stuff for you this week, Brockus.
we have Robert Como from the Mistaken Lunatics.
How you doing?
We've got Ren from Renelations and Shitlords Anonymous.
Hello.
And Ishtar from her own Twitch streams. And of course, you can always catch her every once in a while over on Proper Villains, as well as various other Cunt stream shows.
What do you do?
All right, so I haven't actually been paying attention to the title, nor have I really seen what the fuck is going on, but we have apparently porn and shootings. Please don't tell me they are combined into one horrifying story.
Kinda?
That was not reassuring.
That's
Brockus,
a wonderful teaser.
Do you have your stuffed animal handy?
I don't have a stuffed animal for these types of things. I don't. Oh my god.
We need to get you one.
You need a teddy bear, dear.
What is going on in the world? Like, okay, porn shootings. Usually when I hear porn shootings, I'm thinking, oh, okay, so they're just going to film a new porno. I am fearful that some sick bastard decided to get drunk and go on set to a porn site because he was obsessed with a porn star, started shooting up the place. He's like, no one's allowed to fuck my angel but me. Bam, 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 bam.
Okay.
But
It's not that. It's not that. I can at least tell you that.
Let's at least hear what the goddamn story is. Ren, clearly this is your story.
I'd just like to put out a public service announcement. Whoever you are, please leave the porn stars alone.
Oh, this is not. There was no porn star shot up. I can promise you that.
Okay, thank God.
This is the headline. Porn leads to school shootings. GOP Congresswoman says.
Oh, so porn is responsible for shootings.
Oh, okay. Okay.
Porn and want to kill other people. That totally makes sense.
Yeah. Every time I jerk off to fucking Mia Miley, I just gotta go and shoot up a school, I guess. What? Who the fuck? Oh!
No, it's only the redhead porn stars that cause you to shoot up school shootings.
There's some.
It's the blondes are post offices and government buildings, and the brunettes are restaurants and nightclubs.
All right.
Okay, then.
Getting into the article. Let's start.
Yeah, let's do that.
Does anyone know what kind of porn Representative Diana Black, Republican from Tennessee, is watching? Whatever it is, the 67-year-old Black, who is running for governor of Tennessee, says it's a big part of what is driving the spike in school shootings.
What kind of porn is she watching?
I have no clue, but it's gotta be fucked up.
Is it like crushing? Is it snuff films?
Maybe she's secretly into snuff films. That might explain. During a meeting last week with local pastors, Black raised the issue of gun violence in schools and why it keeps happening. Pornography, she said. It's available on the shelf when you walk in the grocery store. Yeah, you have to reach up to get it.
Not.
What?
It's not. Grocery stores don't have porn mags.
Shush, let her finish.
Some do actually in the Midwest. I'm not actually lying about that.
Let her finish.
But there's pornography there, she continued. This is all available without parental guidance. I think that is a big part of the root cause.
Why? Why?
I keep trying to get out, but they keep pulling me back in. How retarded are the politicians nowadays? Hey, we can't figure out what's actually causing the school shootings. Well, no, we actually know what the problem is for the most part. That's not good enough. It's porn. Porn's the fucking culprit.
My grandma told me the worst thing that happened to me is I go blind. Not that I'd want to go shooting up schools and shit.
Yeah.
You know what? I only have one thought for all of this. I am shopping at the wrong goddamn grocery stores.
I know.
Safeway does not have porn conveniently available for me to purchase with my eggs and milk.
Yeah. Black did clarify what it is didn't clarify what it is about porn she thinks is leading to school massacres. Her congressional spokesman did not respond to requests for comment. Beyond naughty videos, Black says school shootings are on the rise because of deterioration of the family, mental illness, and violent movies.
Did she mention video games?
I'm sure there's an audio clip that's out there. I'm sure she probably mentioned video games too. Why not make it the trifecta?
How many times do we have to go through this? How many fucking Jack Thompsons we're gonna have, Anita Sarkeesians we're gonna have to bulldoze through before fucking this retardation ends?
Probably about the same time it's actually going to take us to teach people honestly, openly, and truthfully about things like sex and how this shit works instead of just making it a thing that is terrible and taboo.
Yeah.
I think, God damn it, I hate having to use my brain. I used so much of it earlier today. No, this is basically
Who's got none left?
They don't want to acknowledge what the actual problem is. Let's be honest here. These politicians don't want to actually acknowledge what the problem is, because at some point or another, eventually, fingers will be pointed back to them and saying, well, then what are you doing about this? And because they're not actually doing anything about it, simply because they don't fucking want to do anything about it, or they think it's too costly, or whatever the fucking case is, they're going to look even worse in the eyes of the public, because no matter how right-wing, conservative, God-fearing you are, if you find out your politician is doing fuck all to save your actual kids or even protect them or stop shit like this from happening, you're going to turn on those exact politicians at some point, because you're going to see them as heathen, you goddamn non-God-loving heathen. And that's what this is. They don't want to acknowledge the problem. So they're going to try to push the blame on something that they can. Porn has been fucking blamed just as badly as metal music and rap music and all types of other mediums that or genres that people don't fucking like. If it's not the good Christian mainstream, then it's fucking evil, and we're gonna blame this shit. This is one of the reasons why I have actually stayed fucking quiet when it comes to my ridicule and hatred of the right-wing fucking conservatives, because there are a lot of those retards out there who are religious, who fucking sit there and piss me off more than the SJWs do. I stay quiet because I'm tired of fighting these fucking idiots online. I'm tired of fighting these fucking idiots on their goddamn their politics and shit. I did it for a lot of my goddamn youth, a lot of my young adulthood. I'm tired. I don't want to fucking do it anymore, but here I am doing it again because they want to blame my porn. Fuck you.
I am seriously impressed, Ren. First article out the door, and we get a Brockus rant.
Yeah.
Bravo, honey.
You can't fucking legislate away school shootings.
No, you can't. And the article, this is HuffPo, so they're going to go the whole don't make guns so widely available level. But they bring up that experts say, contrary to what this woman is saying, that poor social, economic, and cultural conditions are the primary drivers, actually, of school shootings. And basically, they're going the get rid of guns argument, but, that's a different, whole debate. Because they're saying reducing access to firearms would go a long way to stem mass shootings.
No, you know what happens? What will go a long way to stemming mass shootings? Maybe proper mental health care and decent parenting and better education systems.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Actually, I agree with all of that stuff. One of the biggest causes,
little things.
Right. One of the biggest causes to a lot of these the most recent shootings and a lot of the shootings in the past is actually mental health issues. But it isn't just mental health issues. It's also been other things like kids being assholes and bullying, school bullies. Like, if you bully a kid enough, eventually you will have a Columbine on your hands. But then, of course, that's just the stuff we talk about. Those are just the shootings in the fucking schools that actually managed to get into the news. There's probably at least 5 or 7 different shootings that happen in between each of these shootings that we talk about in the news in certain other schools, you know what I'm talking about, that don't get talked about. Why? Because they're the fucking gangsters that people gave up on a long time ago. So why do we even have to bother talking about them?
Brockus, you don't have to preach that to me. I lived in Chicago all my life up until recently.
Exactly.
Chicago,
You know.
there was a shooting. Chicago was so bad that the one day that no one got shot was a citywide news thing. Like, oh my God, we went through an entire day and not one person was shot.
Actually, I think you're mistaken. I think it was there were some shootings, but not one of them was killed. There wasn't a killing.
Sorry, not a killing, but either way, no one died that one day.
Mhm.
It was quite the news story.
Yeah, but nobody cared because no one died. You know, there wasn't a tragedy.
Oh, no. They did care in Chicago.
Oh.
It was on every single news channel. Like,
Well,
oh
in
my
Chicago.
God, no one was
It didn't manage
killed.
to make it to CNN, as far as I can tell.
No. Well, in Chicago, there's a lot of shootings we would hear about that would never be on CNN.
Oh,
There
yeah,
was at
believe
least
me.
5 a week.
I actually grew up in a couple of neighborhoods that were adjacent to other neighborhoods that were fairly fucking, you know, hard and heinous. When I say I grew up poor, I mean I grew up poor. Okay, I grew up legitimately poor. I didn't have much, but then at one point or another, my family did fucking uproot us and move us to an area where it wasn't so bad. But at one point or another, there actually was, and I do remember this as a kid, a frequent sound of gunshots going off at least a couple of times a week. I do remember as a child at like 5 years old hearing shit like that going on outside. And it's just, but Ishtar's also right. It isn't just the mental health. It's also, we need to help better education. That is another one. First of all, we need to educate everyone who is ignorant on gun control and gun laws themselves and help them explain why what they're trying to perpetrate is not actually going to help. It's not going to make things better or different. Every single time one of these idiots keeps saying, like, we need better gun laws. We have the absolute best fucking gun laws that you could ask for, the most strict and harsh gun laws here in California alone. Do you know we still have illegal gun use because the black market exists?
Oh, and don't forget the stupid thing of, we will do cash for guns thing. That's great. Well, in Chicago, cash for guns is also known as evidence disposal.
Right.
Because most of the people who commit gun crimes will wait for the cash for guns thing to come up and go, here, cop, yes, I will take the $50 for this gun. Oh, you're going to melt it down. Good. Because they didn't use to test these guns before melting them. They would just melt them.
Oy.
And they
stupid.
And the criminals learned, wait for the cash for gun thing. Get rid of any evidence I was in this crime. Voila.
Yes, criminals, let us help you escape. Anyway,
That seems like a bad idea.
is your article almost done, Ren? Or
That
do you
was
still
the
have
end of it.
that was the end of it?
They disputed her, but they did share what she believes to be one of the root causes of gun violence.
It's so far from the truth, it is fucking laughable. And so is blaming fucking violent sounding music. I'm sorry, but who else remembers the Marilyn Manson and Eminem debacle back in the late 90s?
No.
Yeah.
Ishtar, you don't remember that?
No, I was not into that type of music or anything.
Okay.
My
We're still
taste
friends.
has greatly improved over the years.
It's okay. It's fine. It's just, you know, I love Marilyn Manson and Eminem's old music, his latest album. Yeah. But
No, go ahead. Tell us what you really think there, Bruckus.
it's
Isn't it magnificent?
lazy. It's
Yeah,
lazy.
no,
That's all it is. It's fucking lazy. It's Eminem thinking that he can still have the same audience he did when he was in his early 20s, basically grabbing his dick on stage, talking about how he's gonna fucking kill his wife and
I know.
basically
I know. Trump is such a bad fucking person.
yeah, now he's gone after Trump and he's dedicated an entire album to basically shitting on Trump. And it's just like, all right, look, I'm all for shitting on the president. Hell, I fucking do it myself. Trump's a moron. But making and dedicating an entire fucking album to your disdain for him is lazy. The Dixie Chicks, I don't even like them, but the Dixie Chicks didn't like Bush and never dedicated an entire fucking song or album to their hatred and dislike of Bush. And
No.
yet,
At most, they did a song about the backlash from one comment they made. But that was about it.
Crazy.
Yeah.
Voodoo on them.
Voodoo on them.
Voodoo on Eminem.
but you know what? I'm not one of those music snobs who's gonna fucking sit there and actually critique somebody's musical choice and everything like that. Look, if you like certain types of music, fine. I don't care.
No, there
No
is some
big deal.
objectively bad music out there. I have
There
no
is.
compunction about shitting all over people who like bad music.
There is.
and-
I'm not gonna lie about that.
And
Yeah.
yes, Raystone, Tipper Gore was a
Nickelback?
thing.
Are you kidding me? I will shit all over somebody who tells me Nickelback is their favorite band.
Ew.
Yeah. Yeah. And yes, Tipper Gore, Raystone. Tipper Gore was fun. She bought a Prince album and thought it was about a car and then realized it's about sex.
Ugh. All right. I think we need to walk away from the porn and school shootings bullshit ass argument. Let's move in. We have also human chicken hybrids and sexist airborne comments.
Airbnb.
Oh, Airbnb comments.
I also have an article that does kind of relate to Ren's article,
Ooh.
vaguely. The title, I'm just going to tell you the title and you can tell me if we want to do this. But in the Middle Ages, witches allegedly stole penises and kept them as pets.
Sounds like one of my stories.
Okay, hold on. Wait, no, hold on. My brain is not computing.
According to a 15th century guide to detecting and eradicating witchcraft, witches were capable of making penises vanish, and some even kept them in nests and fed them oats.
Totally.
Okay. I'm
Okay,
going to,
that's
You
the
know, my
title
dick
of the tagline.
is just craving oats all the time, just gobbles that shit right up.
I don't. I'm going to put myself on mute for a little bit. Somebody just mentioned play some Guar. I fucking love Guar, Joshua Janis. That's my shit. Song of Words is my absolute favorite Guar song. But I'm gonna go for a little. I'm gonna try to OD on this ibuprofen. I don't think it's gonna work. But I don't.
Brockus,
I
it doesn't make the pain go away.
I'll be right back. I want to scrub my brain of this. They kept it as a pet. No! Continue, Ishtar. I will be right back. I will be listening. God fucking damn it.
Actually, I was going to say, why don't we go ahead with like a Florida Man story or something, but we wait for Brockus to come back so he can fully appreciate the insanity of this article.
Okay, we can do a little interspecies. Now, before my Florida Man article, I did find something funny on Reddit. Somebody has come up with a post definitively explaining the superpower set of Florida Man. Because Florida Man is obviously has superpowers. The fucking meta, for sure. So it says, Florida Man is a superhero and agent of chaos. As such, he is very difficult to define, but after years of careful study, I have determined that Florida Man has a distinct and specific set of superpowers. 1, reincarnation. Due to his or her exploits over the years, Florida Man has died countless times, whether it was from falling naked from a riding lawnmower into an alligator pond or drunkenly threatening a hurricane with a knife. He manages to come back. It is currently unknown whether his mantle of power is bestowed upon a random Floridian at the time of his demise, or whether he randomly regenerates into a wholly new naked drunk individual every time. It also explains why Florida Man's mugshots are so varied. Every few adventures, he gets a new face.
That's
Power two.
interesting.
Yes, I like it. Power 2, time acceleration. This one is a little long-winded, but it basically boils down to is because he has been sentenced to tens of thousands of years of prison over the years, yet he still reappears so often. He has the ability to condense time down into fractions of the time to serve his sentences and then get back out to the world at large.
Impressive.
Yes.
That would be handy. I wish I could do that at work.
It also says this also explains his frequently bedraggled and aged appearance. Okay, power number 3, immunity to sanity. This is perhaps our hero's most obvious and signature power. He cannot be reasoned with, he cannot be bought, he cannot be coerced because he is fundamentally unable to make sense. This power/weakness is the core of Florida Man. Those are his 3 powers. There may be more powers. Research is ongoing. But if you just keep those 3 powers in your head of Florida Man, you can understand his actions much greater. At that point, let's move on to my first Florida Man story here. Okay, I'll give you a choice here. We have woman shaves legs in hotel pool.
No, oh my God.
Oh, that sounds good.
Rock is not back in time for the Or I have Florida Man arrested for jerking off at a bus stop, claiming he's Captain Kirk. So we take your pick.
Go with Captain Kirk.
Captain Kirk. All right. Florida Man arrested for performing lewd act at bus stop. Claims he's Star Trek character. Clearwater, Florida. Police say a man caught masturbating at a Clearwater bus stop told them he was Captain Kirk. Clearwater police were called to a bus stop on Gulf to Bay Boulevard around 11:20 a.m. Monday for a report of lewd and lascivious act. Responding officers say they found a man sitting on a bench touching himself under his shorts. In an arrest report, police noted it was obvious the man was masturbating. When officers asked what he was doing, why, if it's obvious, why do you need to ask what you're doing? The man told them, "I'm scratching myself." After the man was arrested for disorderly conduct, police asked him to identify himself. The arrest report states the man told police his name was James Tiberius Kirk, the full name of the fictional character Captain Kirk from Star Trek. Police say they later discovered the man's real name is James Bundrick. The 56-year-old is also now facing a charge for providing a false name or identity to law enforcement. Oh, come on. Let him have that one.
I mean, you gotta admit that the dude chose a good character to claim as his name.
Yeah.
Wrong. I would have gone with Spartacus.
Spartacus is a little more entertaining, but Captain Kirk is more fitting.
But there is no greater joy than, all right, who the fuck are you? I am Spartacus.
I am Spartacus.
Exactly. Because
How killer would that be if
nowadays
you're getting arrested screaming, "I am Spartacus," and like 2 or 3 passerbys just start going, "I am Spartacus. I am Spartacus."
like here's the thing. Nowadays, you almost never see anyone with that name, Spartacus, but you see a bunch of Jameses nowadays. And think about it like this: T.J. Kirk got kind of the same initials as Captain James T. Kirk, but at any given point, there could have been that ultra nerd of Star Wars back in the 60s and 70s and stuff who had a son who just so happened to name his son after his very favorite character, Captain James T. Kirk. I mean, that's something that you could logically think, no, that actually makes sense that his name would be James T. Kirk. Now, he obviously thinks he's
if you got that last name, take advantage, man.
Exactly.
How many
obviously,
Potters
he
do you
thought he
think
was
are going to name their kid Harry now?
Oh my God! There's probably a lot of Harolds and Harrys and Hermiones. Nobody's gonna name their kid Ron.
No,
Trust
there
me.
are probably a lot of Rons too.
The only Rons that are going to exist are the adopted Rons because nobody wants to actually name their blood child Ronald.
Like they got some judge just gave them a name on their birth certificate because they're like some prom night dumpster baby or something like that.
Ah.
Yeah. But yeah. But think about it. Who names their kid Spartacus? No one. No one names their kids. Not even Greek fucking people name their kids Spartacus, or Italian people name their kids Spartacus. No one names their kids Spartacus. So you won't expect it happening. So if a cop actually asks for your identity, you just simply stand up and proudly and go, I am Spartacus.
Oh, and Ray in the chat is asking, what about Ron Swanson? He was the last one. There have been none since him.
Fair enough.
No more Rons after. And fuck, he broke the mold, dude. There ain't no better Rons out there.
Ron Weasley and Ronald McDonald have essentially ruined the name Ron for almost everyone.
You're not wrong.
I don't know. All right. I came back and I was hoping that you guys would talk about the pet penis.
We were waiting for you.
Yeah, we waited for you. Yeah, we
didn't want you to miss it.
We just did a quick
like
Florida
that.
Man story in the interim.
I want to miss a story like that. That was a whole point of me suddenly remembering, oh shit, I forgot to actually take some pain meds. Let me go ahead and take these pain meds.
I know, but we wanted those pain meds to have zero effect, so we decided to wait for it.
See, Blue Collar Canuck has the right idea. I'm Spartacus and so's my wife. Damn right.
So, you want to hear about pet penises?
I don't want to.
Well, you're gonna.
I feel like Cunt is involved in this story.
No, but she should be. Since time immemorial, men have worried irrationally about perceived threats to their penises.
Exactly.
Long before there was castration anxiety, there was something far more sinister. The myth of phallus-stealing witches who kept wriggling dismembered members as pets.
Myth.
The best-known description of this practice occurs in the Malleus Maleficarum, a 15th century witch-hunting manual written by Heinrich Kramer. Historians typically regard it as a ludicrous and misogynistic text that has nonetheless resulted in countless vicious murders of women accused of witchcraft. In the Salem Witch Trials Reader, Francis Hill describes it as one of the most terrifying and obnoxious books ever written. The Malleus is rife with obvious anxieties about female sexual desire, as folklorist Moira Smith notes in her paper, Penis Theft in the Malleus Maleficarum. Many of the crimes, Malefica, attributed to witches concerned sexuality. Copulation with incubus devils, procuring abortions, causing sterility and stillbirth, impeding sexual relations between husbands and wives. Man, they just really could. Ray Stone, that is a terrible pun. You should be.
That's a great pun.
You should be ashamed of yourself. Go sit in the corner and think about what you've done.
Read it. You owe it to him. It's a wonderful pun.
You read it then.
Yeah, you read it.
So these witches would be logical fallacies, spelled with a PH.
Go sit in the corner and think about what you've done.
Golf clap for you, Ray. That's what you get.
Why are we talking about this? Also, I did not know that there was an actual thing about witches apparently stealing dicks. That's new to me. Also, what's with this misogynist fucking thing going on here? People do remember that there were actually an equal amount of men being fucking burned at the stake and hung and drowned for their crimes of witchcraft.
Yeah, I don't think it was an equal amount of men. I think
I wouldn't say exactly an equal amount of men, although there were still a fuck ton of men
who
were also being accused of being witches. There were still men. Like that. There were still a lot of men.
There were, but there were also primarily, the majority were females, and it's what they're best known for. It's not correct, but it's history, so what are we going to do?
That's true. And also, most of the time, whenever you talk about these witches and stuff like that, a lot of the time when it comes to, especially the old days, the witches would sort of worship and pray to gods that were men and male demons and shit like that. Like, so again, how exact? If I'm not mistaken, I'm pretty sure the supernatural incorporates any and all sets of genitals.
Yes, but this is back in the 15th century where women were even more mysterious and odd creatures who men just didn't get.
Oh no, I
So
meant
they were
specifically
terrified.
the person writing this story, this article seems to still have some sort of like gender beef, like those filthy, dirty men blamed all the women, kind of thing. Like that's
No, it's more that the Malleus Maleficarum covers a lot of things focusing on women. And the sexuality therein. It's not their personal brief, it's the book that they're talking about. Has this.
okay. No, I follow now.
In the Middle Ages, witches were thought to have various magical dick-ruining capabilities, the most sinister of which was the ability to make the sex organ vanish entirely. According to Smith, the Malleus Maleficarum details 3 specific case studies in which witches were said to have magically deprived men of their penises. The first 2 simply involve men having their genitals hidden by some magical illusion. Witches can, quote, take away the male organ, Heinrich Kramer writes, not indeed by despoiling the human body of it, but by concealing it with some glamour. The third account notoriously mentions the phenomenon of witches keeping disembodied penises as pets and feeding them oats and other nutritious grains. Quote, what shall we think about those witches who somehow take members in large numbers, 20 or 30, and shut them up together in a bird's nest or some box where they move about like living members, eating oats or other feed? This has been seen by many and is a matter of common talk. It is said that it is all done by devil's work and illusion, for the senses of those who see the penises are deluded in the way we have said. Kramer goes on to describe one man's quest to restore his missing member. By his account, the poor castrated fellow, quote, approached a certain witch who instructed him to climb a particular tree where there was a nest containing many members and allowed to take any one he likes. He was unfortunately rebuffed after trying to pick a particularly large one because it, quote, belonged to a parish priest.
So the devil couldn't fucking attach the holy cock to the dude?
Why does it sound like ye old dick jokes?
I don't.
It does. But it gets better because now we're going to talk about penis.
Old-timey cocky jokes.
Is it just me, or does it seem like they took the whole "I wouldn't fuck her with a used dick" went a little too far back in these days?
Yeah.
Like, I'm pretty sure that's kind of what they were hinting at. Like, the devil himself looked at her and thought she was so ugly. Yeah, I'm not gonna fuck her with my dick, but come here, pastor.
The lengths women used to go to before dildos were invented. My God.
Hi, Zell.
Satan's dildo service?
Also, Satan's trees, because according to what I'm seeing, the article continues on saying that gonad-bearing flora were not uncommon in the Middle Ages. In 2010, an article published in the Journal of Sexual Medicine, historian Johann J. Madelayer states that between the end of the 13th century and the early 16th century, the phallus tree was quite a phenomenon. Penis trees flourished throughout Europe, according to his research. A 14th century French manuscript contains 2 images of nuns harvesting penises from trees and tucking them into their robes. A wood carving from the early 15th century, currently kept in a museum in Germany, depicts a woman casually plucking penises while her lover peruses a vulva tree. And a decorative bench found in the Netherlands shows a couple making love under a phallus tree, possibly being watched by a voyeur.
What
if
if
there's
it's
one
just
thing-
artistic styling? Like, it's like, look at all these fucking dicks. Look at these whores.
If there's one thing men learn early in life is that pussy don't grow on trees.
Yeah, I'm
that'd
starting
be
to
true.
understand where all of our more modern day insults and jokes about dicks and vaginas are actually coming from. So apparently our ancestors were well ahead of the game and even made art about it, while we simply regurgitate this shit.
They
What's up,
wanted
Mocha?
They wanted trees that they could just pluck whatever they needed. So
Yeah,
there was a
when the puss on the real chick get too loose, you know what I'm saying? Go to goddamn puss tree.
Antoine says it's always the nuns.
It
is
is always the nuns.
Those randy nuns. Those fucking
And I don't know
You know
about
they-
the other.
Porn.
I don't know.
Fucking penguins.
I don't know about the other girls in this chat, but I'll take a penis tree if one happens to be available.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Sometimes you just
The
gotta
seeds look
choose
like
your
little
own.
balls.
Hey, it'd be useful. And if you have a matching vagina tree as well, then it's equal.
Exactly. Then the husband is happy too.
Oh, I'm gonna spoil that tree. And I don't mean like I'm gonna add extra water,
I'm gonna
extra feed.
overwater the fuck
Brockus
out of
will
that
need
tree.
3 trees.
Yeah, I'm gonna end up fucking every one of those goddamn pussy fruits.
Brockus would have the special organic fertilizer that guarantees like the most amount of nutrients.
No,
And
I
would go
hope that
out of
tree.
his way
I hope
Guys,
that tree thrives on
filtered
protein.
water.
Let's
Give a whole new
let's-
meaning
gonna
to
get a
green
lot of-
thumb, if you know what I'm saying.
Let's be honest. Marcus would have an entire orchard of poultry.
I
wouldn't
would
just
need
need
one.
He would have an entire orchard.
Yeah, I would need one unless Opal was available.
Oh, you know your wife was gonna be available.
I mean, sometimes you gotta sleep.
This is true. This is true.
Yeah.
Also, I like to give my tongue a little bit of a rest every once in a while.
Well, that's that.
Trippy in the chat says I don't have a penis tree, but my penis has a bush. Ba-da-ba.
Oh.
Oh, I just realized in that scenario of the orchard of pussy trees, I would basically be the Gestalt druid and bard at the same time, and I would create an unholy race of half men ints. No, that's a bad idea.
Yeah, don't do that. In the Malleus Maleficarum, Kramer writes, all witchcraft comes from carnal lust, which in women is insatiable. In its purest essence,
yeah.
the penis tree and its association with endlessly lascivious witches raises a compelling question. If dick grew on trees, would anyone need men?
Yes.
We would not.
Well, to an extent. I mean,
Well, I do need someone to reach the top shelf.
and I need
Yeah.
someone to open up jars for me. I mean,
Yeah.
I
forgot about the jars. I forgot about the jars. Yeah.
And
Yep.
there's heavy lifting of furniture.
Mm.
Bugs. Gotta have the bug killers.
And,
Oh, yeah,
and the
yeah,
person
that's
who
true.
can take care of all the spiders and the bugs you see in the house.
Also, we need all the road workers. So, yeah, we need them for that.
Oh, and also we need especially if you're staying at home, you need the paycheck from someone else.
Yeah, very
And
true.
and
very true.
and one other big thing. Eye candy. We've gotta have
Yeah.
something to look at.
Very, very, very true. Very true.
So don't worry, guys, you're safe. We still need you for a little while longer.
For now.
For now.
Until the tree can kill,
Until we make trees that are like buff gods, then
that can kill spiders, open jars, move furniture, and give us money.
Yeah.
and also do road construction because
Yeah, nobody wants to do that.
no one wants to do that.
No.
Also do sewer work because no one wants to do that either.
I don't know. There could be some mentally fucking challenged people out there that think making roads is good.
Well, you never know. Anyway, so that's the end of my article. Brockus, aren't you glad you were here for it?
No, I kind of wish I could just rip my fucking brain out and erase the hard drive.
You
wanna know
know,
where I
that's
got
what
it?
you say, Brockus. Your mouth says that, but your heart is fulfilled.
My heart wants to murder things right now,
Your
Rob.
heart is fulfilled.
Your heart
wants to
wants
murder
a
things.
vagina tree. Don't lie. Admit it.
I'm gonna try to distract myself with a lot of porn later on tonight, whenever.
He's gonna be weeping to himself. He's like, I can't have a vagina tree.
And to answer your question in chat, we wish there was a money tree too. I'd have an orchard of that.
Oh my
hell
God.
yeah.
I would. If I could actually grow something that made legitimate fucking American currency, and it was a tree, I wouldn't just have an orchard. I'd
It's
have
called
fucking
weed, my
plantations.
But then, unfortunately, we would have to deal with things like inflation, and it would be ridiculous. And
What if you only certain people and there's only certain amounts of money trees?
do you think any of us are lucky enough to be one of those people?
Yes,
No.
me right here.
All
Yep.
you have to do is shank the person who has the money tree and steal it.
True.
Also, half my family's rich, so I just go and steal one of their money trees and then just come back.
Well, that.
Mhm.
Murph.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Do you have family that wants to adopt me, Mocha?
I'll try my crazy Aunt Janine. Maybe
Try her. She could get grandkids out of the deal.
So, Brockus, are you still there?
Yeah, I'm still here.
Okay.
Very.
Are you
trying
weeping in the corner?
I cried earlier. I cried when we first heard about
He's a
these.
daily crier. Brooks is a crier.
As soon as like I muted myself and walked away from the computer to go and get my ibuprofen, I was just like, these bitches are cutting dicks up and making them into pets. I don't know how you feed one. They don't have stomachs or mouths or fucking teeth to chew. I don't know, how does any of this work? I don't understand.
And why oats? Why oats is gonna make them farty?
Hey, Brockus, do you want to see the stupidest thing ever made?
Stupidest.
Yes.
All right, let me screen share.
Oh, by the way, Brockus, you can thank Antoine for sending me that link.
Oh, okay. Go eat a dick, Antoine.
All right.
A still alive oats-fed dick.
Nike is making a fanny pack flip-flop.
No!
What?
I've seen that before.
They are called fanny pack sandals.
Yeah, I've seen this before.
Oh my
Who
god.
let the
Vandals.
hipster into Nike?
They're vandals. Fuck no.
No, they're just called fanny pack sandals.
In case you could not look any more white or touristy, Nike's here to fill the job.
Oh, and the best part is
Like, are they trying to eliminate? Because I know, like, when women sometimes go somewhere, we'll actually put our money in our shoes and shit, just in case we're robbed. Like, listen, I don't got no motherfucking look at my purse. I ain't got shit, so we don't get robbed and shit. Oh, that's the reason why. Also, we put our phone in our tits.
well, boobs are a good holding spot.
That is very true.
But it also, boobs are a good holding spot because a guy would have to put their hand in our shirt in order to steal. We would notice that.
Exactly.
A flip-flop that has a fanny pack, all you have to do is have one foot slide out and they can steal the shoe.
That would actually be kind of funny. You see someone slick, like, trying to get the very tip of your shoe so they can slide it off.
Yeah.
Antoine says Nike wants to get out of a deal, it seems like, so they make the worst fucking sandal ever.
Yeah, and it comes in lime green and blue, pink and black, and then just plain black.
Oh, that's so disgusting.
So you could have a lime green fanny pack shoe if you really want.
If you just want to make it easy for people to steal your shit, why don't you just walk up to the first thief you see and say, here, take everything.
Oh, and the best part...
Well, what if... Hold on. Stay with me. What if you have fanny pack shoes while wearing a fanny pack, while wearing trip pants? You know, those motherfuckers... No, cargo pants. The ones that has all the fucking pockets.
Cargo pants.
Yes. Well, trip pants have, like, a lot of pockets, too. Especially that one pocket that goes all the way down the back. I don't even know why that motherfucker's there, but it's there. But cargo pants with the fucking shirt with a pocket protector. They won't know where the fuck it is. They gotta find it. It's like a mystery game. Where the fuck's my money? Choose a pocket, any pocket.
That is interesting to hear, Trippy. Trippy says fanny packs were invented in Australia. In Australia, they call a vagina a fanny.
Yeah.
Oh, they're pussy packs.
Basically.
Yeah. Okay, so when I was a kid, a fanny pack, because we called them fanny packs, were usually held where you rested it on your ass, but off to the side, so you could still access it relatively quickly and stuff like that. And, you know, we called them fanny pack, blah, 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 whatever. Then later, I discovered that the fanny pack originated in Australia, and it eventually made its way to the UK, and then eventually, afterwards, it made its way to America. Now, one thing that we are different, America and Canada. I almost said Canada again. America and Canada do not refer to the fanny as the vajayjay. We refer to a fanny as basically our butts, our bums, all that stuff. They refer to it as a bum or a butt. But the fanny is your front bum. and that's pretty much a UK and Australian thing.
Mhm.
So,
Front butt.
yep, that's why it's actually called that, and it kind of made me go, "Oh, that's a weird
I had a
thing."
fanny pack when I was a kid.
So did I.
Bright neon yellow one. It was
I
like
have
fucking.
I had
never
one as
Green
well.
and fanny
Mine was
pack.
blue.
Was
I
it
have
neon blue
never
or just
had one.
blue?
Neon blue.
Yeah, everything 80s was fucking neon.
Mm-hmm.
That shit was fucking.
Not gonna
awesome.
lie, it actually came in handy for when I was carrying my Game Boy. Perfect fit for Game Boy and games. And it kept it cool during the very hot Floridian weather. No sweaty Game Boy for me, motherfucker.
Mocha, you were born in Florida. I'm sure there's a Florida woman story out there about you. We just have to find it.
You know
Good
what?
luck.
The
Good
fact
luck,
that Mocha
motherfucker.
was from Florida makes so much more sense. Like
I know,
when
right?
you find out that wait, no, Kadunt's not here, so I can do it. When you find out that Sophane is from Florida originally, you're like, that makes so much sense.
Yeah,
You're
all the
pretty
pieces
fucking
are falling
crazy,
into
bro.
place.
Antoine poses another very good question that may explain everything. Are we sure Nike isn't helping the blacks?
Totally.
Who said they weren't?
It's just a question being posited.
And I'm
Florida woman. Yeah.
I'm giving a possible
I'm originally from the Floridians. I escaped though. It was very hard. It was a very
Congratulations on your escape. Well
It-
done.
there was a lot of gunfire.
Was it traumatic? Can you bring yourself to tell us your story?
Those alligators with the lasers.
Drunk naked masturbators everywhere.
Alligators with the lasers.
The final boss was literally a fat man in a Speedo.
Oh God.
Poor
Was
thing.
he blindingly white?
Of course.
Oh no. The only thing worse would be is if he had been wearing socks and sandals too.
Oh.
He was. And he had an ice cream.
Why has nobody invented like pox with a zipper that you can put stuff in? Or socks with it. Did I say pox? I don't know. Socks with pockets that you can zip up, but like
That
fanny socks.
actually does exist. You want a picture? I can send you a picture.
No, I don't really care.
Okay, they
It
exist.
exists. I believe it exists.
Yep.
I just haven't seen it.
When I went to Hawaii, like a lot of people had it. Because
Where
people
are
in Hawaii wear socks with sandals.
What were we supposed to segue into? I forgot because we brought up fanny packs, and I keep laughing. Like, well, in my head, I keep laughing, but I'm laughing because it's just like we keep talking about vaginas with fanny, and it's just funny to me. Anyways,
We can go back to talking about penis trees.
no.
I talk about Kraut. The reason why you brought me here was fucking Kraut. Is that the reason?
I
Yes,
immediately
actually, I
regret
was
this
gonna,
Let's
I
play
was gonna
music.
say we had we brought in the other half of the Mistaken Lunatics, or at least a second third of the Mistaken Lunatics, Mocha.
The main person.
And yeah, well, she does run pretty much everything, while Rob
Yeah,
just
it's her
sits there
channel, yeah.
drunk and critiques everything like I usually would.
Also he
my
doesn't
job on the
get
show is not
drunk
hard.
per se. He gets high and
Yeah.
Okay.
then goes, "What the fuck is going on?" So when he gets too high, which is the best part of the Mistaken Lunatics, is when Rob
Like,
gets so
what-
high he forgets
what
what
is happening right now?
Oh yeah. When Rob gets too high and Mark gets too drunk, they're like treasures that I need to just stream with because it's just like,
Oh,
yay!
right where I live,
Incoherent
Brock.
comos.
Right where I live, buddy.
But yeah, we did bring Mocha on because there was a bit of internet drama that we want to bring to light, or at least let the audience know if you are not that well versed on it. And it's the return of Kraut and T himself.
Oh joy.
Go ahead, Mocha.
The much awaited return.
Loki.
All right, well, he made a new channel. It's actually not that bad. Checked it out. It's completely different from the shit he was doing. He literally came back, said, fuck that old shit I was doing. Here's the new shit. He kind of did like a Marilyn Manson thing. I appreciate that. And from that, people found out it was Kraut. Because you can't really hide your accent when you fucking sound like this. I can't do a good Kraut. I tried my best. You can heckle me in the chat.
Everybody
Don't
would
invite
heckle
them to
you,
do
bitch.
that.
It's
You
fine.
take all the fun away when you invite them to heckle you.
You
I
invite
know.
Kraut and Tea onto your stream, and then you sound like an idiot. Fantastic. Well done.
There you go. Thank you. I
Yes,
appreciate
ma'am.
that. Well, people found out it's Kraut. And now people are getting doxes of him, his family, saying they're going to pizza bomb him, saying they're going to turn him into the German authorities, even though he's not in Germany anymore. He moved,
Yeah,
but whatever.
the vultures descended.
Yes, and they said they're going to swat his mom, make sure his brother actually does die this time. It's fucking insane.
Fuck. You know, Kraut's not my
Just so you
favorite
know, I
person,
couldn't
but
find
he
the
does not
actual-
deserve that shit.
Kraut is not that bad of a guy. I hate to say that. I know I'm the taboo one now, but the Kraut really isn't that bad of a dude. The shit he did, yeah, it was fucking shitty. But all in all, if you just take the person for who he is, he's not that. He's gullible, and he falls into the wrong crowd a lot. Yeah, I'll say that. He's really not that bad of a dude to deserve his mom getting doxxed, his dad getting doxxed, his brother getting doxxed, him getting
His parents
doxxed,
getting swatted.
his parents getting no.
Yeah,
No
just
one
keep
deserves
an eye
that,
out for
especially
that
not the
shit.
parents. And if you're doing that, fuck you. But here, I'm going to find all the messages so that someone can show them if they want to. Let me see if I can find it.
Go ahead and check those
Oh.
out. I burned myself.
Yes, and Mocha. Should we do a Florida man story in the meantime? While she
Florida
finds it, or is
man.
this gonna be real quick?
Ooh, Antoine actually has a really good question. Would Steve Shives have a penis tree in his yard? I mean, he needs it for the sperm for his lips. Yes, you answered your own question, Antoine. He does need a penis tree. He would have a penis tree, and he does need the cum for his lips. Because those things got to be shiny and smooth and moist.
Hey, it's supposed to be protein rich, so could be good for him.
Yeah, he could grow a little bit. He has a midget wife. No, anyways, yeah, as for the Kraut stuff, look, there's a lot of people out there that are really pissed off at what Kraut did. There's a lot of people out there who were pissed off at what David Charette did. There's a lot of people pissed off at what a lot of people did. Do you know what you're not supposed to do? Dox them. It's as simple as that. Oh, you have their personal information? Delete that shit immediately.
Yeah, you think Kraut's a piece of shit for doxing other people? Well, you are just as bad a piece of shit now.
You
Congratulations.
basically sunk to a doxer's level when you decide to go the doxing route. You can't then criticize and shit on somebody like Kraut and say, like, you're a doxing piece of shit, and in response, I'm going to dox and swat you. What? No! You basically lost any argument point you may have had. It's fucking retarded. And this is the kind of shit, this is the kind of fucking thought process that most morons nowadays don't seem to fucking understand. I recently just had my own little drama spat with a couple of fucking idiots who didn't understand basic common ideas as to why this is bad. Instead, they just kept defending their shitty fucking attitudes, their shitty fucking behaviors, and just kept rolling with it. And I got more and more irritated. In fact, I started laughing like a fucking maniac at one point because I was baiting the both of them so fucking well they couldn't even figure it out. All right.
$2 super chat. No sympathy for doxers. That includes Kraut. Thank you, Joseph Kerwin.
Appreciate that, buddy.
I mean, yeah, I don't have sympathy for Kraut either.
No.
but at the same time-
For the shit he pulled, nah.
Yeah, for the shit he pulled, no, I don't have any sympathy for Kraut. But don't
I have
dox
sympathy
him.
for his fucking parents. I have sympathy
Okay.
for his brother. His brother and parents didn't do shit.
Yeah, his family especially didn't do anything. They were not shitty people like Kraut had fucking pulled his shit. So lay the fuck off his family, all right? Alt-writers in Braving Ruin fan service have legitimately gone insane over Braving disappearing. I didn't know Braving Ruin had actually disappeared again.
Yeah, he left. Yeah.
Okay. Long thread of leaks incoming, crazy shit inbox. Okay, let me point out, he was
Inbound.
Edgy Sphinx before he was Braving Ruin. He'll be back.
That's something else. Yeah, he's gonna be something.
Okay.
Something that involves ruins.
Discussing we need to step on our tactics, i.e., doxing people and murdering families. Yeah, like, okay, don't do this.
Yeah, that's it.
Don't do this.
Bad.
Bully Buster 180. What? Oh, that makes sense. You fucking completely turned around on your own moral standings, you retard. Oh my god, people are fucking dumb. Yeah, so okay. Again, let me go ahead and reiterate. Just because somebody does a shitty thing does not mean
Oh no, you can keep going. There is more. There's
really?
like a shit ton more. Just scroll down.
Oh fucking Christ! I thought that
There's
was it.
400
No.
pages, Brockus.
There is
I'm just fucking.
no, there's like at least
Oh
200
Christ!
pages.
There is a lot more.
There is a shit ton. Bring it up, Brockus.
Oh fucking
Preach the
god
truth.
damn it! All right. Let's go ahead and screen share this.
Preach the truth.
For David Surratt, even though I hate this man, we will read of his tweets. The straw man.
And laugh merrily and heartily.
Yes.
We will heartily laugh at his ironic hypocrisy. Ha 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 ha.
Please read this in a Kraut voice, and the rest of the time you're a Kraut. Go ahead.
The straw man who has appeared on IBS streams with Andy Wolski and close associates of Braving Ruin, suggesting sending skinheads to assault real Krauts of tea.
I gotta say, real quick before you continue, Brockus, that particular voice you're doing right now sounds like it should be on Masterpiece Theater or something like that. Keep going with it.
Yes. Keep
The one
going.
I'm doing now?
Yeah, the one you were
The one
just
you
The Kraut. Do the Kraut.
Honestly, a group of people, preferably skinheads, should head to Kraut's place and pick his ass.
Kick.
Or kick his ass. I would totally disavow them if they did it, obviously. Oh, well.
Fuck, I would too.
You have some moral standings, I guess, perhaps. Discussion on trying to
Should you choose to accept it?
discussions of trying to imprison real Kraut for hate speech because he criticized Nazis. Get the Antifa to get the Antifa. Someone should turn in Kraut's hate speech to the EU authorities. This.
No,
Just
that's just fucked up. That's just trying to get somebody arrested. That'll fuck somebody's life way up.
Well, the positive thing is that Kraut doesn't actually live in UK right now. Still,
That's good.
as far as I know. So the UK laws.
He's still outside the UK.
Okay, fair enough. He was eventually trying to make his way into the UK, which, let's be honest, even I actually was voicing my opinion and saying, that's dumb, Kraut, go further, hop the pond over to America. That he did what he did, and I was just like, no, you stay the fuck over there.
Yeah, he's fine where he is. He is literally sitting pretty. He cannot be hit with hate speech laws. So,
yeah. But I'll say this much. Just because I don't like Kraut doesn't mean he can't redeem himself later. He's just shown absolutely no signs of doing exactly that. Anyways, just send his old content to Antifa Europa or whatever. This fascist alt-right Nazi hates women's and Muslims. Get the Antifa to get the Antifa.
Yeah, but Antifa wouldn't actually fucking do anything. Antifa, like, they're pussies unless they're in a group protest surrounded by 500 people. It's not like they go attacking people in people's houses and shit.
They will go to people in various.
okay, we got a $10
Really,
donation.
Antoine?
Yes. I want Ren to read it. She has the most sultry voice ever.
From help for the guideless. No sympathy for Boxer. If you do that, you are a coward. Also, Ishtar Voca / needed hotness.
Hell yeah.
Wait, what is that? That's Ishtar / Mocha /
Basically, he wants them to fuck. So
Yes.
Yeah, he wants a porn fiction.
Oh,
I agree.
Ishtar / Mocha Gash. That's just a typo.
Yeah, no, I
Yes,
completely
needed.
100% back Antoine on this. I would love
Guideless,
for a
guiltless,
fanfic
whatever.
of Ishtar and Mocha to happen because holy
mhm.
good God, hot redhead with big titties and other hot redhead with big ass. Yes.
Okay, so
Also,
for you,
you
It happened.
Mocha.
You forgot. Hold on. You forgot. I also have a big ass as well.
True, but your titties are fucking massive.
My titties are massive.
And Antoine,
If we were going to
ask,
note one body part.
and Antoine asks Zeal how many times I mispronounce his thing.
Okay.
I just have a question for you about this whole slash thing, Mocha.
Mm-hmm.
Are you the Dom or the
Yes.
sub?
Dom.
I'm in. I want to read it.
Hell yeah.
Somebody write it. Make it hot.
I
Oh
can
my
make the
God.
video.
Just remember, guys, I actually have a long tongue.
Kadant! Make it happen!
I want this story. I will totally be your sub, Mocha.
I will read it on my channel. Do this.
Ooh, hot.
I yelled so
I'll
excited.
read it
I
nice
can
and
be a
slow.
I can be a narrator, and you guys could read your lines.
Ooh, we could do
Ooh,
that.
that'd be nice. Yeah.
Yeah.
I approve of this.
I
This
love all of things
project.
right now.
Trippy has just come up with a suggestion to add to it. Ish and Mocha both grow penises and then bang Antoine fanfic.
I will also read that one.
I would read that one too. Or we could just, they pick pick a couple penises off the penis tree and then use those on him.
Don't worry, we're gonna get the biggest and ripest.
Absolutely.
Right, continuing on with the straw man stuff. The straw man suggesting sending pizzas to Real Kraut and Tea, admitting to having done so before to others. I mean, someone could pizza bomb them or some shit. LMFAO. He is in Austria.
Not anymore, but okay.
Yes, yeah. Again. I don't really know exactly where he is, but I know the path he's going. So
Yeah, I kinda do, I think. Last time I had contact with him anyways, he told me exactly where he was. So.
Fair enough. If Kraut had been a persona, it'd be a shark. I'm sure you can figure. Whatever. Fucking idiot can't spell.
Yeah.
I'm sure you could figure it out, except I couldn't figure it out because I'm not sure what you were trying to type, you fucking invalid. Lol, pizza bomb. I pizza bombed someone once. Totally worth it. Wow. That's
go to the next
straw
one.
man's fucking goddamn icon too. That's the part that's like,
now
wow.
a pizza bomb, that is a, like, I mean, if you're gonna waste money on, you're not wasting any money, but that
Actually,
is
you don't
something.
have to pay
That
them.
is not the worst thing. That is not even close to doxing or swatting. It's just someone a bunch of pizzas. It's just an annoyance.
No, hold on. Read what he sent them. This actually hurt me as a pizza lover. If you're a pizza lover, look away.
50 pizzas, no sauce.
Nothing, just the dough. Rest in peace. What's pretty good. Okay, if that's the kind of pizza bombing you're going to do, you are a sick, demented motherfucker, and you will die.
Also,
You defiled.
You ruined it. You ruined the pizza bomb.
Also, do people who do pizza bombing hate it now that you have to pay up front? Unless you click cash, which then it really is annoying for people.
No, Kraut was never a furry, so he actually.
The straw man ordering pizza to use Real Kraut's real name. Word of advice: internet not worth safety. Doggo and wife. If you intend to fuck with Kraut, refer to him only as. I actually know his real name. No, I actually know his real name, and he has been very open and honest about what his name is. In fact, on Twitter, he recently, I think it was yesterday, said specifically what his name was.
Yeah.
But just because I like to kind of linger that information above people's heads, I'm just going to let it dangle there because I'm an asshole.
Yeah. Even though a lot of the last name everybody found is not his last name, it's kind of just a tad funny. Tad funny.
Do not say Kraut, but we have to. That is his name, and it's only fair to be spread far and wide. Let me just point out that you are a doxing piece of shit who, not but a few months ago, would criticize others on the Kumite about people doxing. At least I might be having the wrong person. I'm not 100% sure. However, due to the fact that the Kumite personalities were very against doxing, I doubt that they would actually have a known doxer on their show multiple times, unironically like that.
Or at least have a known
doxer.
Or at least have a known doxer and know he's a known doxer. Because you can have someone on and not know at the time.
Yeah. Then again, this could be somebody who's posing as straw man and actually not be the real straw man.
That's a possibility too.
Mr.
Yeah,
Strawman.
I don't actually like to just immediately jump into things like this due to the fact that there are and have been plenty of situations where someone can pose to be someone else by stealing their name and icon in like some other social media site and stuff like that.
I've done it, so.
Yeah, I haven't done it, but I have watched.
Well, the thing is, it was all just out of fun. It was
Yeah.
like during when someone was beefing with me, so I just changed my name, changed my fucking icon. I'm like, "Hey guys, how you doing?"
For fuck's sake, Zell
I just
hacked
acted
my
crazy.
Facebook like 7 different times and wrote some really fucked up things on my feed. To which everybody would then respond like, "Wait, what the fuck are you saying here?" I would end up responding going like, "I have no idea. I must have been really high on heroin."
You just rolled right with it and blamed the drugs.
Yeah.
We have something from Antoine in chat. We are supposed to talk about Kraut splitting his cock in half with an axe and how he enjoys getting kicked in the balls.
Yeah, he did do that, didn't he?
You all want to know about the story of how I split my cock in half with an axe?
Wasn't he like working and it slipped or some shit?
I was working at a lumber mill, and
Wait. Did he really do that?
Yeah.
No, because he ended up telling a similar story
Yeah,
of how his dick got split in half, and it was because a girl kicked him in the balls way too hard once. So basically, when the Trout series happened with Mr. Menaker, he kind of exposed that whole dick getting cut in half thing as quite possibly a false story. And that's since no one has ever actually seen his dick or seen medical fucking records of his dick getting split in half and shit like that. It's most likely that he's just a sadomasochist or just a masochist who really likes getting his junk stomped in.
Yeah, maybe.
Yeah. So it's most likely bullshit.
It's all possible. Anything's possible in this world, man.
I honestly don't want to keep reading.
No, keep going. Some of these are actually made me giggle.
Jesus Christ. Like, okay, point out your favorite ones. I don't want to do it anymore.
Don't be a wussy. Don't be a wussy.
We have other news to
This
get.
is sucking my will to live, this whole topic.
Okay,
I will leave this tab open. We have other news to get to.
I'll find it.
Get
Hold
to
on.
that.
Hold on. I'll find it. I just want you to read
Find your favorite topic comment and let us see it. Go.
Oh, okay. Found it. Found it. It's not that hard to find. All you have to do is look for kill.
What?
Here you go.
Wonderful. Sounds promising. All right, let's. You found it, so just read it. Read it in Kraut's voice. Do your Kraut impression.
I can't do it. Here we go.
Make an example of real Kraut and scare people like Shirat. Or like Shitrat. Contrapoints Sargon or V from supporting this stuff going forward. Put out a human meat search on Kraut and his family. Shit, you could even do it to Sargon. Make it look like some shitlibs did it. So if you want to make an example of Kraut and scare people like Shitrat, Contrapoint, Sargon, or V from supporting... I have already read all of that. That's all you need to do. Nothing illegal. Go to Starbucks and post it on 8chan, I'm assuming. If you're really that scared, use a VM and do it via TOR.
Tor.
Whose Discord is this?
I'm not really sure, nor do I really care. All you need to do is kill Shoe on Head. What the fuck? And then cut her into 8 equal pieces. That's impossible. And spread them around to the skeptics. Lol. Vex ideas is better. Shit, you could even do it to Sargon. More risky since he's in the US often, has more money, more supporters, etc., etc. And that's bad PR, but you can just post it on Lefty Poll and make it look like some shitlibs did it. Okay, so whoever you are, Vectrex, go fuck yourself. Go fuck yourself with a rusty knife in your ass and dick hole.
And you
at
too,
the same
Kojak.
time. Because that is fucking disgusting. Kill shoe on head, cut her into 8 equal pieces, and send them to the skeptics.
Well, that's more of a joke than explaining how to fucking, drop the shit on Sargon and Kraut without getting busted, making it look like shitlibs did it.
It's still fucking disgusting.
It's not
man.
a good joke, but that isn't actually like telling people to kill shoe on head. Whereas the other guy, Kojak, is actually telling people how to get away with doing that shit without getting caught.
The one who's basically saying like, this is how you do it, this is how you should do it, go here, do this, and so on and so forth. It's fucking that's fucking vile. You're obviously the real problem here, but it's only encouraged with pieces of shit like that fucking guy who's saying kill shoe on it. Again, I understand it's a joke. Sometimes jokes go too far. That one went too far.
Yep. But I don't think he's serious in that one. The whole cutting her into 8 equal pieces and spreading them around to the skeptics gives it away.
Yeah.
If he had just left it at the first sentence, it would be worse.
Can we get off of this the skeptics versus the non-skeptics kind of thing? Because like, look, when we call people like Christy Winters and Kevin Logan and Steve Shives and fucking ContraPoints, feminists and SJWs, it's because they are. We are skeptical of their fucking ideologies and consistently debunk them. Hence why we were referred to as the skeptics. But even still, Steve Shives, in a lot of ways, is a skeptic. So is Christy Winters. So the whole labeling people like that was always really dumb to me. I never really liked that. But I know what they mean by the skeptics. Let me just point out, there are more than 8. Okay, so Bernaculus, Wizard of Cause, Jeff Holiday, Kraut and T. Who are the other 4? Armored Skeptic, clearly. Blair White, Chris Raygun.
Just a second.
I don't know. You could pick out a ton of names out of that hat.
Antoine has something very painful that I can't even begin to say, so y'all are going to have to read it yourself in the chat.
Okay.
And Joseph Kerwin has donated $2 and says, put the shoe pieces in a nest and feed them oats.
God damn it, Joseph, you son of a... Okay, see, that's how you make that shit funnier?
That's good. Trippy says, let's just save shoe on Ed's head. Oh, wait a minute. Never mind.
That was okay. You know what, Joseph? You took the dark joke everyone rejected, made it funny. Congratulations to you. Golf clap, sir.
Yeah, that was good. Go for it.
Okay. What
someone needs to kick these fucks in the dick with a cactus attached to a steel-toed boot and then grind the heel till you feel the pop. Okay, my balls hurt. You son of a bitch.
Yeah, I couldn't read it myself.
I already read it.
Yeah.
Oh wait, yeah. The there's that whole.
The chat is spicy tonight.
I just had a question. Did you hear what happened to Stan Lee?
No.
About the gunmen surrounding his house?
What?
What?
Yeah, like a whole bunch of people with guns surrounded his house and was demanding money from him.
Why?
I don't know.
This is the news show. You guys are supposed to look up news articles.
We have specific topics.
I put in the sidebar if y'all want to see why. Right there. Got the story.
Okay.
I did hear about this.
Yeah.
Strange circumstances continue to surround Stan Lee, the co-creator of Marvel and the Avengers. The latest sees the police responding to a 9/11 call on Thursday night, detaining 2 men who are said to have confronted Spider-Man co-creator and demanded money and pulled out guns. Why? According to a spokesperson for the LAPD, officers were called to a property on the 9100 block of Oriole Way at 7:30 p.m. Stop doxing the man, you pieces of shit! After reports of an assault. It was claimed that a suspect with a gun was threatening. Officers detained 2 individuals that matched the description, and an investigation is ongoing. 3 units are still on scene, including officers and detectives. Daily Mail reports on the incident, dating a source filled them in that the 2 men first came to Stan Lee's home Wednesday and then returned on Thursday demanding money. It said Stan Lee doesn't know the men are argued with them. When the two men started pulling out their guns, Stan Lee went inside his house and called the police. Lee's lawyer, business partner, and nurse are said to have been with him and the house.
This is just so stupid. You think, like, where did they get the idea that Stanley just carries around more cash than the average person? He's probably got like $15 cash on him. No, he has a bank account and a credit card like fucking every other adult.
I don't know. People are fucking stupid. The sources say multiple police officers and LAPD helicopters responded to the call at Lee's $5 million Hollywood Hills estate in California Thursday around 7:30 p.m. and detained the two men who allegedly got rid of their guns. But the LAPD is said to have retrieved the weapons later. There was two guys standing outside demanding money if they were shouting. The source said there was a confrontation with Stan in front of his house, but Stan doesn't know either of them. One guy was saying, "I want my money," but when everyone realized the men had guns, everyone retreated inside. There's so much stupidity in the world. The incident is another in a long line of bizarre events that occurred in the past few months regarding the 95-year-old Lee. This past April also saw the police rush to Lee's house after an intruder jumped over a fence and was trying to force his way inside. Police were also called to the star's home in February. By the way, I'm fine. The police were actually quite nice when they tackled me. In February, following allegations of elder abuse, and in January, Stan Lee was accused of several claims of sexual assault and harassment by nurses who cared for him at his home. It's also been claimed that Lee's daughter is manipulating him, which he had vehemently denied. Can we leave Stan Lee the fuck alone?
I know, right?
He's an American treasure.
He's dude. You have no idea how fucking important he is to me.
Nurses are just like Stan Lee.
Like, okay, first of all, I want to point out that
I got your
clearly
Viagra right here,
nurses were
baby.
trying to get money out of Stan. When you actually look at the story, the nursing agency didn't just cut ties with Stan. They kept sending him more nurses. So obviously there was something funny going on with the whole thing. Like maybe he kept shitting his pants and the nurses didn't really appreciate that, so they kept quitting or whatever. But either way, the claim of his sexual assault, the motherfucking kid, he's a 95-year-old man. He's senile. His wife passed away years ago. Shit might happen. Okay,
he can't get it up.
Fuck down.
He's fine. He cannot get it up.
And when I found out his daughter was apparently going through some sort of lawsuit to try to get some kind of will or something like that changed, and she was threatening him, only to find out later that Stan actually was very mad and was just like, none of that is even remotely true. I have a wonderful relationship with my daughter. None of what is being said about her or I is actually true at all. I've seen several videos where he himself was saying that, and dude, the guy was almost in tears when he actually heard about these stories. And now people are trying to break into his home and steal money from him. Leave fucking Stan Lee alone, or I will go to his house and stand there as a 24/7 guard and kill everything that comes to him that he seems even the remote. Like, are you hostile to Mr.
Brock,
Lee? You're dead.
We will protect you.
I'm so sorry. I'm just imagining Brock is yelling at a squirrel.
While you're on the topic of comic book
And
news,
you kill the squirrel and he yells, "Squirrel girl, no!"
I told him his wife died last year. What's up? What's up, Schmeckle?
Schmeck,
from
you're breaking up pretty badly.
R.I.P. Smack. Schmeckle!
Producer.
Poke him with a stick. It's the only way to be sure.
Schmeck. Big Schmeck. All right.
Okay, everyone, you need to donate in the chat right now. We need to get Schmeckle some better internet.
He's
Hey,
in.
everyone, clap if you believe in fairies.
I don't believe in fairies.
Is it helping?
I just like watching them die.
That's not very nice.
I don't know. If they're the fairies off a fucking labyrinth, they'll just bite you. Fuck this
Oh,
guy.
yeah.
All right, how's this?
A little better.
Yeah, there you
Okay,
are.
we can hear
Hey,
you.
buddy.
Been sent a video by Suit Yourself concerning the Kickstarter for Ethan Van Sciver's Cyberfrog series.
Oh, nice.
There,
Okay.
Yeah.
And he's gone.
And they both dropped. Shit. He better get back in here in 5
Well,
minutes.
I have been sent this, and he was taken out by the FBI. See, this is what happened. Don't accept shit from fucking Suit on.
Let's hope we stay live here. Oh, there he is. Yes.
there's been a fake Kickstarter set up to steal money from Ethan Van Sciver. He's trying to set up his Cyberfrog thing. A guy called shit. What was the name? This fake Kickstarter. Or maybe he's also a victim in this. You can find the video. It's raucous.
Oh my
You're
god.
the worst, Schmeckle.
Fucking schmeckle.
Okay, Schmeckel, you're roboting again. So just kind of chill. Don't let the icon completely leave the Hangouts. Jump back in if it doesn't. Anyways,
And we have a link provided.
Okay, he put it in the side chat.
Okay,
Thank
cool,
you.
cool.
Like I said, everyone please donate now so we can get Schmeckle better internet.
I don't think it's the. I think it's just the company sucks.
That's what
Yeah.
I'm saying. Give him money so he can change. He
His
needs
internet provider is terrible, but it's not just his internet provider. It's the area he lives in. The only internet he is able to get is what he currently has, and it's garbage.
Yeah, it's garbage.
Yeah. Like in my area, I have at least 4 different choices, but that's because of where I specifically live. He is one of those unlucky bastards who only has one choice for internet provider.
Get good, Schmeckle.
Come to America, Schmeckle. We have
No.
multiple.
Yeah,
Come
even
to
though
America. We will accept you.
America's internet is much better than Canada's, but I will say don't come to America. It's just as bad as Canada. You're gonna get the same treatment no matter where you are.
Come to America. We have more bananas.
We do. And my internet is actually pretty fucking good.
Yeah, my internet's great.
Mine doesn't suck.
Okay, Ishtar, think about where you live and where the internet probably started from, or at least where most of the internet industry started from.
Quit defending Schmeckle.
What?
Quit white knighting for that piece of shit. All right.
I will white knight Stan Lee. I will white knight my brother. Give me Dexter.
Brockus white knights him so much, Stanley puts him to a comic. As the first villain who dies, you're just gonna see this big lumbering dude who's just gonna get shot by Deadpool.
If I show up in a comic book written by Stan Lee and drawn by John Romita Jr., I'm gonna lose my shit. I'm just saying.
Die right there. All your life goals taken care of.
It's literally there only for 2 seconds. Only one little frame, maybe 2, with your head flying backwards with the blood coming out.
Yeah, I'm just some sort of like hero that showed like this cosmic being that shows up to correct a single wrong. Like I just one horrible wrong, and I just snap my fingers. Everything goes back to the way it should be. I'm referred to as the White Knight because I wear fucking armor that's shiny and white and all that. And then I just disappear and I fuck off until the comic books need me again.
He shall only return once SJWs try to go after our comic books once again.
I will return once more, my children, but only when I am needed the most.
And then, and like people down below is like, who the fuck is that guy?
Right. Anyways, let's go ahead and segue over to human chicken hybrids. Who had that story?
That would be me.
God damn it, Ishtar.
Oh, somebody better not give them guns.
All right,
We are all doomed.
Human chicken hybrid. Lab-grown human chicken hybrid embryos are no Frankenfowl. Scientists recently combined human stem cells with chicken embryos, but that doesn't mean the researchers are breeding flocks of Frankenfowl. Rather, the scientists are looking closely at how those embryonic cells organize themselves to better understand how embryos develop and how cells build specialized body structures. Experiments that graft cells onto a growing embryo date to nearly 100 years ago, and in 1924, such experiments in amphibians led scientists to discover the organizer, a region of embryonic cells that manipulates the development of other cells. But an organizer in primate embryonic cells, humans included, has been elusive until now. A new study describes the first evidence of a human organizer, marking, according to researchers, a significant breakthrough in the study of developmental biology. Hey.
Okay, one, is it mandatory for you to become a pun expert every fucking time anyone becomes a journalist now? Is that like an actual prerequisite? You have to enjoy and know how to pun correctly?
Yes.
Because every fucking one of these goddamn weird ass journalists just decided to pun the shit out of me, and I'm like, you need to stop. Second of all, what?
Yeah, it just gets
weirder.
A little. Because of ethical limitations attached to working with human embryos, experiments looking for human organizers could only be done with stem cells, which are then grafted to embryos belonging to other animals, such as chickens, the scientists wrote in the study. Combining human stem cells with animals' embryos creates animal models known as chimeras, which contain cells from both the host and the cell donor. These chimeras, therefore, have two sets of DNA since 2016. Scientists have integrated human stem cells into pig and sheep embryos as a part of investigation into the possibility of growing human organs in these animals.
No.
2017, experiments produced the first viable pig embryos that incorporated human cells.
And now the pig fuckers are gonna just back the shit out of this. Like, everybody who's that pig over there is sexy, and science has made it possible for us to have children.
Does this mean I can get bacon and a new liver from the same animal?
Yes.
God damn it.
God bless America.
Oh, I was hoping we were gonna get chicken people so we could see like the chicken fights in Family Guy get thrown down in real life.
We're talking about
now all I want is cat girls. Please don't ask why, but it needs to happen.
We're talking
For
about
science.
Furry fuck mocha.
I
For
kind of
science.
bring in
No, that is a very reasonable request, Mocha. I second this request.
Mm-hmm. Make sure they got big old titties and big asses. Just saying, for science only reasons.
I would like to also put in a request for the opposite gender version as well, just so that we have a nice range.
Make sure they have big floofy tails, of course, for science.
Oh, absolutely.
Are like though.
Absolutely, there has to be a high floof factor.
Yeah, very high floof. Remember, we want them mostly humanoid.
Yeah.
Make sure, and like with that penis, it better not be barbed.
No.
No, for science.
Right.
We have to be certain.
Yeah, exactly. We need to. We're just going for the ears and
we'll be barbed,
tail
but
and
it'll be ribbed
claws.
for your pleasure.
Most of the rest of the article does discuss what the stem cells do and what they have found. Mostly talking about how Here, let me spell it out because I don't think I can summarize it. When they introduced the stem cells colonies into chicken embryos, the human cells survived and mingled with the host cells, according to the study. Then something happened, and the
Hold on. We got a question. We got a question in the chat. Are knotted cocks still good?
I am open-minded to this.
Yes, I'm very open. Just make sure they're not just overly knotted. They have to be like a certain, because you don't want no tearing.
No.
Exactly. So,
the human cells assembled into a type of tissue that eventually forms a backbone, and the cells also began instructing the chicken embryo cells to turn into tissue for a nervous system. So basically, the human cells started to take over the chicken embryo cells and tell them what to do. The success,
as the human cells would?
Yeah. The success of the human chimeras also presents new possibilities for future research exploring early development in human embryos, the researchers concluded. Yay. That's the end of the article.
I want chicken people.
Okay, apparently in the chat they're also wanting snack women. I guess a lot of men just want to milk a snack.
Milk a snake.
Are you
That-
snake-like?
I just want chicken. You know, we're past the Back to the Future date. And we don't have any of that cool shit. Can we get some cool shit already? Can we get flying cars? Or fucking
Wait, we already
hoverboards?
have that. It's
Can we
boring.
get clothes that dry you off by themselves? Can we get
Okay,
something?
that is caveman technology. I don't want a thing that dries on me. It's gonna
No,
roll. Watch, it's gonna like on women.
like-
It's gonna like roll up, expose the titties.
No, just like fucking air dries you in like 5 seconds. Bam.
That sounds uncomfortable.
Sounds pretty awesome. Sounds pretty good.
But I know that Opal wants some reptile men. That's exactly what Opal wants.
Opal wants a lot of strange things.
Well, Opal is fucked in the head, so
But
You leave my wife
but
out of
cat
this.
men.
This
Oh,
he's
hold
a
on.
serial
Ishtar,
killer.
I have a question.
Yes,
Do you want
I have an answer.
cat men or do you want fox men?
Ooh.
That's a
we get the oohs and ahs from the ladies.
I would have to go both. Definitely both.
What if they just made like Sharpays instead
No.
of
No. You do not know what girls want.
Pomeranian?
Wolf would be
You-
good.
No, I'm
Wolf
just-
would be really awesome.
Yeah.
They would be very wild though, and most likely would need
That's
a lot of
kind of
training.
the point.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Man, they would need a lot of training.
Oh,
Sometimes you
ladies
just need something
definitely-
a little more ferocious.
I'm just saying.
Mhm,
Sometimes
that's
you can't always get what you want. You know, you want wolf men, and the best they could give you was a Sharpay guy.
You ladies,
We would walk away. I'm sorry. Women would walk
I
away.
tried.
you
I
ladies are
spent
definitely gonna
$34
love my
million
web manga.
to clone a carp.
Even though I think it'd be
Sharpay guy.
really, really adorable if they had like some sort of like guy who was like just extremely fluffy. Oh, that would be cute. You couldn't really have to do it, but you could. Well, for science, of course.
Science.
Science.
Absolutely. You have to you have to test these discoveries out thoroughly.
Mm-hmm.
Very, very thoroughly.
Because something's just really adorable about really, really short dudes with cute faces and that are fluffy.
I mean, imagine
The right
how
type of
warm
fluffy.
we would be during wintertime.
Exactly.
You know, as soon as I actually can start doing digital artistry and all that stuff, and
Why are they demanding roach people? No,
No,
go away.
I'm probably going to basically do some kind of like little commission thing, like donate to my not my GoFundMe, donate to my fucking PayPal, and I will draw you up an Anthrenian of your choice, like a male or female version and shit like that. It's from my own series. They're basically an entire race of people that were literally the animals of their planet and shit, and it's essentially just a bunch of anthropes.
I'm not seeing a drawback here.
Yeah, well, I'm just saying it. It might be a nice way of getting a little bit of change, so I can actually have fucking cigarettes. Sorry.
You shouldn't be smoking anyway, Brockus.
Do you think? Okay.
Don't
Now,
listen to them,
stick
Brockus.
with me real quick. Now, men would have no access to this, but do you think a little sheep girl would be cute? I think that'd be fucking cute as shit. She had like the curly little hair. We had the fluffy ears. had the tail.
You should ask a Muslim.
I said no men.
No.
No men. She is for tea time with us.
She's for cute little picnics and you put them in like baby doll
You'd have to beat
dresses.
the Muslims
Yes.
off with a stick.
So basically, she'd be a little sheep doll.
Yeah,
Yes.
little sheep doll.
Little sheep doll, like a pet.
Yeah, like a little pet, so we could like just have a little sheep walking around and go "Bleh," when she gets scared. For science.
Science.
For science.
Of course, for science. Anyways.
Brockus, you see what happens when the ladies take over the stream.
Yes. So how about
We all
Rob,
very
save us,
Shut up and enjoy it.
Florida man. Give us a
Ooh, elves would be cute too, but ooh, they would have to mix them with like a wolf and some shit to actually make a proper elf.
Yeah, totally.
oh fucking hell.
They'd also have to genetically make sure they only have 4 fingers. They have to be
Like-
short.
The thing is, I have your fetishes all in one fucking manga series, so just wait for it to come out. Christ.
No,
Little sheep
women are not patient people. Okay.
You need to learn patience.
We have been
half an
dealing
hour
with
left to
you
break Brock.
for the entire stream. I think we have nailed patience.
Mhm.
Complete unity here. We love you, Brockus. Moving
We
on.
do.
We have half an hour left to break Brock. We got close, but now we took a breather, and now he's just jaded. It's gonna be more difficult.
Damn it!
We got to bring out our A game. So, because we need to bring out our A game, I will give you a choice. I have 2 airplane stories.
Okay.
One title is Southwest Airlines disturbed by report the passenger masturbated throughout flight.
Nice.
Ooh.
And
I appreciate
the
that.
other is plane forced to make emergency landing after one passenger's unbearable body odor makes others
Body odor.
vomit and faint.
Body
Oh,
odor.
Body odor.
God, that one just sounds like I'm gonna hate people.
Body odor it is.
Body odor, here we go.
People just don't wash, man.
A plane was forced to make an emergency landing after a passenger's unbearable body odor caused other holidaymakers around him to vomit and faint. Vomit is capitalized for some reason. I don't know why. But the Transavia flight to the Spanish holiday island of Gran Canaria was forced to make an unexpected detour when travelers became distressed by the stench of a man who smelt like he hadn't washed in weeks. The man smelled so bad, the passengers started to faint and vomit after the flight took off from Schiphol Airport in the Netherlands. Staff on board the Transavia service reportedly tried to quarantine him in a toilet of the Boeing 737 before the pilots were forced to divert the flight. They landed in Faro in southern Portugal so the foul-smelling man could be removed from the flight. A picture taken.
Bathing?
Okay. People, please. I don't care how proud you are of yourself. You are a human being. Human beings are stinky. Fucking take a goddamn shower.
Wash your pits in an airport bathroom.
Axe body spray.
Okay. There are certain circumstances when you just have no choice. Like my buddy who was abused by his mom. She never would let him shower and shit. That person, we understand you. We understand why you smell a little bit, and we understand why the teachers let you use the shower at the fucking high school.
Fair
We
enough.
understand you. We see what's happening. But you, motherfucker, you ain't got no goddamn excuse.
Bathing.
Wash yourself.
The sad thing is I've actually known
Take a
few
whore
people-
bath in the fucking bathroom. Do something.
I've known a few people in my life who actually have really bad BO, and they also have a really bad habit of not actually showering. And it's kind of sad because I one time called one of them out. I was like, what did you do? Just go in there, fucking stand under the water, get yourself wet, get out and think that's all you needed to fucking clean yourself? He didn't even skip a beat. He said yes by accident out loud, and everyone was fucking laughing their asses off. And I was just like, dude, you're not supposed to own up to what the fuck is wrong?
Again, soap. A bar of soap can run you.
Whore bath. Bathroom.
Hi,
Do
the
it.
Fi.
If I could take a motherfucking whore bath, you can take a fucking whore bath. Because sometimes you go through that thing, they touch you. Ugh, it's disgusting.
Oh, it's so
When you're getting
bad.
that pat down, motherfucker, I'm not even gonna lie. When you're getting a pat down, that is the grossest shit ever. Because they grab everything.
Yeah.
Especially if you have big tits, they like go under your tits and shit.
But
Well,
you
yeah,
couldn't
you could be you could be hiding a fucking thermonuclear warhead under your tits.
If you have a
Fuck
big
that.
ass, they
You could be
like
hiding anything
it's a
there.
very weird technique, but they use their pinkies and their rings to slide around the crevices of your ass.
I'd use my credit card. Just
And then they jut their hand really hard up your crotch and just like, please stop. After a while, you're just like, come on, please stop. I'm good. I'm good.
So basically,
I'm
they're
a good
molesting you.
Yeah, pretty
Yes.
much. Every time you get started, they're molesting you.
I
And then
finished
you just have to
45
go
seconds ago.
Take a whore
Please
bath.
stop.
You're just like, they touched me. Especially if you're a person who actually, in IRL, does not like to be touched that much.
Mhm.
And that was just, I'm like, they touch your hair and everything. I'm like, I just fixed this.
Yeah, they run their fingers through your hair and shit. Make sure you
Yeah. And not in the kinky way. I mean, if you run your fingers in my hair and then you fucking grab a little bit, you know what I'm
Well,
saying?
they have
But
found like
motherfucker-
people trying to put like stick like double-edged razor blades into their hair and shit like that.
Mocha, why are you not on Not Safe for Wednesdays more often?
I'm not invited.
Oh, fair enough. Also, yeah, you're kind of doing a mistake.
Yeah, we have our own show on Wednesday
At the same
It's
time.
fucking
Yeah,
time.
maybe
You
one day we can
assholes
just
took our
like
time slot.
maybe one day we'll just like trade hosts or some shit. I don't know.
Yeah,
We'll find a way.
we are trading hosts with Antoine next Wednesday. Maybe we can-
What co-hosts? Co-hosts.
yeah, trading co-hosts with
I'm talking about just straight up just trading hosts.
What's funny
just permanently.
is
I'm fine with that. You can go on to another show, Mocha. I'm cool with
They
that.
get my good ass videos.
Rob, I'm just saying.
You don't appreciate them.
You are going to be fucked.
Bullshit, I don't. I'm gonna what now?
You're going to be fucked.
I know.
Oh, wait,
What?
no, they
You-
actually
not if
like
you
you.
come
Never
on,
mind.
Rocket. Come on, buddy. It's you and
Yeah.
me against the world. We'll be the new sexual sensation of 2018.
Nope,
Well,
nope, nope.
we can't
Rockets
leave
already
Mark
has
out of it.
Opal.
True.
I have like a whole bunch of cool shit planned for them that Rob is not going to get to see because guess who made a brand new video that Rob won't get to see? There is
I
a
could
brand
just watch
new
the stream.
uneducation
You fucking-
of the nation.
Oh, I'm
And
subbed to
Rob,
him.
you will not get
see all his-
uneducated.
I see all his new videos. I'm subbed to that motherfucker.
Motherfucker, you're subbed to his new channel?
The Jew hater.
Oh, he's got a new channel?
Yeah, hell yeah. You don't follow him. You don't
I'm
understand him.
subbed to 2 channels that he's got videos on.
That's it? Only 2? Psh,
And one of them he's actively uploading almost every day.
psh. You don't even know his new channel.
What
Fuck
the
you.
fuck? For all I know, I'm subbed to that channel. You crazy
Mhm.
psycho.
Which one is it? Which one is it?
Let me go check.
Hold on.
What?
No,
Who
no.
the
This
fuck
is a
cares
war now.
about this?
What the fuck
Let
is
me
his new
finish my
channel? now?
goddamn article. I don't
No,
give a
no,
fuck
fuck
about
you,
an
'cause you don't have
argument
his new
about what
channel.
channels I'm subbed to, Mocha. Fucking hell. All right, I'm finishing my article. A
Finish your
picture by one of the passengers shows medical personnel escorting the man from the airplane into a bus. Belgian passenger Piet van Hout. Ooh, that's a fucking name and a half, isn't it? Piet van Hout was one of the passengers on board the plane and described the sketch of the man. The stench of the man is unbearable. He said it was like, what the fuck?
What is the
Who is
noise
that?
in the background?
Who is that?
What?
I think Ren is scraping the rest of her brains from all this insanity off of her computer.
Partially that, and I'm also rolling myself a cigarette.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
Rin has not
Okay,
been
I'll,
uneducated yet. Don't worry, I'll get her.
Yes, we can educate the red. He said it was like he hadn't washed himself for several weeks. Several passengers got sick and had to puke. Oh, can you imagine being stuck in a plane with somebody smells so bad that it makes you puke?
I can imagine it.
That's
Igor's-
just...
Igor's previous roommate in college, the only time he bathed is when he went to visit his family.
Oh, that's like Nick
I don't-
Bates
I don't-
and shit.
I don't understand how people can do that. I mean, if I don't shower every day, I feel so nasty.
Oh, it feels so fucking terrible, doesn't it?
Ugh.
Oh god, yeah.
Transavia confirmed that emergency landing, saying it was due to medical reasons. It is not known if the medical reasons related to the man or other passengers on the plane who were ill due to the stench. Probably a combination of both.
Okay,
Right? A
no,
little bit of one, a
no.
little bit of the other.
I have never heard of a single fucking medical reason where a person is told, well, you can never bathe again because, you know, you're allergic to water or some shit like that.
There actually are some people allergic to water.
Yeah, allergic to water is actually a rare allergy.
Yeah, it's very rare, but it causes blistering sores. It also makes them where they only can drink, like I think it was, this one chick can only drink Diet Pepsi because of the lack of water it actually has. It is more like mostly
Syrup.
sugar and syrup and stuff, but it still like scorches her throat every time she drinks a little bit.
And yeah, and they also have to be careful what, like, fruits and vegetables are almost out of the question because of water content. Food they can eat is severely limited. I felt
sucks.
I felt most sorry for the chick who had that, and she lived in England where it rains a lot, and that means You ain't going outside all that often.
Okay, but is it
Okay,
is it
I
purely
fucking
internal?
love. Yeah, it's internal and external.
Internal and external.
There's also there are also immune diseases that will affect how you smell.
Yeah.
Okay.
Even if you shower regularly, it's still going to it's still going to have a smell.
There
but if there have got to be like solutions for people like that, like
There are. I have been
yeah.
pointing this out for a while now. Okay, you have a water allergy, and you think you don't have to bathe and everything like that. Get olive oil, because that's what the Romans used to do, especially during droughts, to clean themselves. You basically bathe yourself in olive oil, scrape it off. It'll scrape off all the dirt. Now, it won't exactly mask the smell, but for the love of God, that's what cologne and perfume is for.
Okay, Help actually says something in the chat that it's quite amazing. JMO, don't be jealous that I want to show at the Mistaken Lunatics. Why should be calling me daddy? Yes, daddy.
He becomes a free agent, and all of a sudden, his head just explodes into a massive size. And no, I'm not referring to his tattoos. It's weird as fuck, though. Like, come on. There are ways.
Don't let him fool you, Mocha.
He hits on literally every female that comes on the cunt stream or the villains. I don't know what the hell is going on anymore.
He's a man slut.
Yeah, he's a whore. Antoine, you whore. You slutty ass whore. Call me baby. Anyways.
Okay, this is like, whoa, Mako. This made me half masked.
Okay, I got a couple sentences left here. Bizarrely,
I love you too, Zach.
Bizarrely, it was not the first smelly incident on a Transavia flight this year. In February, a Transavia plane from Dubai to Amsterdam was forced to make an emergency landing in the Austrian capital of Vienna after a passenger could not stop farting, which caused a brawl between several passengers. That sounds like an awesome story in itself. And
there
that
are
headline
ways
is
around
pilot
this.
forced to make emergency landing after fight breaks out when passenger refuses to stop farting. How can you refuse to fart if you have to? Have you ever been able to, like, especially if you have to keep farting? If it, like, you can't refuse to fart.
Yes, you can.
Yeah,
you don't know
hold it
women.
in.
We have to stop that shit all the time.
Women don't fart.
We
No,
don't.
okay, if you have like one random fart, okay, I can understand. But if you have like a gas buildup that's causing you to have like
Go to the
bad
bathroom.
farting fucking thing,
Go to the bathroom.
like
destroy that bitch.
No, that's all I'm saying is like you can't refuse to fart in that situation.
Sure you can.
So instead of daddy, everybody want me to say master. Okay. Okay. Do that.
Brockus, help me out here. You ever tried to hold in like? I'm not talking about one fart. I'm talking about like if you're like sick and you have gas. Like
you just ate a bean burrito and it ain't sitting well.
Just clench your cheeks and accept the intestinal trauma.
Yeah, that's what we fucking do.
I get the fuck up and I walk the fuck away from people and rip ass. Unless Zell is around, in which case I will rip it in his car and I don't care.
You're on an airplane, and so I assume that other people have to. So you can't quarantine yourself in the bathroom the whole time, because other people have to use the bathroom.
Motherfucker.
So where there's nowhere to go. There's nowhere to go.
Fucking in the bathroom.
I'm sure. I'm just saying.
Hold it like a woman does.
There's a difference between
I hate to say this.
Being a dick and intentionally
you need to have more vagina power. Fucking pussy up, man.
But Brockus, have you ever farted in the car where you have control over the windows?
Yes.
But do you ever roll them down, or do you wait?
No.
You stare at them.
No, you roll them up and then activate the child lock and Dutch oven the fuck out of everybody that's in there.
So okay, I guess if we're going to talk about this, there was a few hilarious moments when I was living in Nevada. I was in my van, and my van has window lock. Now, when I do the window lock, obviously I am the one who's in control of the two front windows that can roll up and down automatically and shit. The only other windows that are in that van are the 2 back windows attached to the side door and the side that doesn't fucking open and shit. But anyone who's ever been in a van with those little small cracked, window opening things, it doesn't help when you're dealing with a smell, especially a bad smell. So I felt a really strong fart come on, locked the windows, rolled them up, and just waited. And everybody looked at me and it's like, dude, it's kind of hot outside. You going to turn on the AC? And I'm like, oh, there's no AC in my van. And they're like, well, I mean, could you like roll the window? And that's when it hit them and everyone was mad.
That's when you crank the heat up too.
Well, the fact that it was actually in the middle of, I guess you could call Nevada early summer, which is, just warm as fuck outside. It was pretty hot out. And so it was only making things worse. And I got hit probably a few times with whatever they could throw at me until something eventually pretty hard hit me in the head. And I was like, all right, the fun's over. And I rolled the windows down. But I had a good laugh for a couple minutes.
Here you go. Brock, this is for you. That is a song just for you. I want you to read the name of it for me.
Click.
Click.
Methane Crescendo?
Mm-hmm.
Is this a song about farting?
This is a song about farting in a car. Let the windows completely up, denying it's you, and at the very end going, smell my shit, you fuckers.
Oh, that's
So
fucking awesome.
Classy.
Yeah, I actually pissed Zell off quite a bit whenever I rip ass around
amazing.
him. He pointed out that I have crop dusting down to an art, and it's very true.
This is not something you should be proud of.
No,
Very
it's bad Brockus.
I am a guy, and I will torture my friends with my body stink.
Is this like
Brockus.
a courtesy sniff?
That's
No.
why nobody likes you, Brockus.
That's just how fucking I am with my friends. Like, dude, they will rip ass around me. Sometimes they'll apologize ahead of, me smelling it, and sometimes they won't. Sometimes we end up texting each other saying, like, I took a huge dump and the smell was so bad I almost puked.
No, when you rip ass in front of your friends, you have to say you're welcome. You have to give it to them as a favor that it is. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm. They asked for the name of the song. I just put the link in the remember other tab. Don't leave here. Just go to another tab.
Oh God, Zell just reminded me of a fucking retarded story. I don't remember if it was actually in Zell's car that we did this in, but one time me and Zell and a couple of other friends decided to see how long we could last in a car with the heater all the way up, windows rolled up, and ripping ass like crazy.
Who won?
Well, I think we all lost because we chose to go through that anyways. We all decided that was actually a thing we were going to do. I can't remember whose car it was, but we all lost from the very start before anything was done.
No wonder. It explains so much. Can we move on to the sexist Airbnb now?
We can
Yes.
go on to the sexist Airbnb, and then we will probably end the show at that.
All right.
One to end it on.
Sexist Airbnb. I can't wait to hear this shit.
This is sexist comments flourish on Airbnb and China. Airbnb bans trolling, discrimination, and profanity. Yet, if you're a female user, expect a few choice remarks on your looks while using it in China.
Mm-hmm.
Once regarded as a fun social aspect of online services in China, the proliferation of reviews talking about women's looks, from guests being called a babe to comments on a host's sex appeal, is now drawing fire as a potential safety hazard. While China has long tolerated sexism, recent scandals in the sharing economy have triggered a backlash. Basically,
Those examples didn't sound too egregious to me. It
yeah,
sounds like some internet fucking jackasses.
Is this another one of those situations where they've decided to take nothing and turn it into something?
let's see. I think this article was read through had a few.
Look at these blonde, bodacious babes.
Oh yeah, here's one. This girl has a real aura of elegance, one posting reading. Also is not restricted to Airbnb. There's a rival in China where someone posted, "You have a great figure, not fat at all, very sexy and charming."
I'm not hearing anything negative so far.
How is that a bad thing?
How is that sexist?
The fact that these people who have no business commenting on her figure or anything about her is commenting?
Then she has no business commenting on anyone else's physical appearance ever. And
Mhm.
and most likely has done that unquestionably.
Yep.
Yeah.
If she's complaining about this, she's obviously a bitch. Continue on.
But the tide is turning as steady killing must have been something in China, which triggered concerns amongst women about their personal information. The crime has prompted many a seeker to seek greater responsibility in safeguarding their privacy from online services, and prompting many women to change their headshots to descriptions. One woman says she's seen female acquaintances replace their profiles overnight with cartoon pictures, or the other, at the other extreme, menacing old men described as butchers. Quote, "From a very young age, you've been exposed to this kind of environment where people feel very comfortable commenting about your appearance. And this spills over to the online world," the 24-year-old Airbnb devotee said. "However, on social media, it can present a real danger, and people are becoming more aware."
Danger. How? You look hot. Ren.
Yes,
You are hot.
thank you.
I like your figure. You have nice boobs.
Thank you.
Yes, but
Okay.
the two of you know each other.
No, I said that when I first met Ren.
She did.
When I first
Okay.
met her, I said I wanted to motorboat her tits.
This is true.
Okay.
They are
I
very
was saying-
motorboatable.
I was saying very, very dirty shit. First time I met Rob, I said I was gonna rape him.
Yeah, she's a bit rapey.
I'm
Yeah.
a little bit rapey.
Other comments were
We've been doing the show ever since.
Other comments were such as, "What long legs this lovely little sister has." And the guest at another
you.
home described the owner as a legendary beauty, both sexy and passionate. While a third wrote, "The landlady and her mom are both babes." And this is apparently the dangerous.
I kind of want to stay
sexist
there. They're
comments.
fucking. I kind of want to stay there. The fucking. If the
Yeah.
owner is a fucking babe, I want to fucking stay there.
Yeah.
Fuck yeah, that sounds hot.
Well, also it's the complaints of what is deemed sexist now sounds like it's just very nice compliments.
Yeah, your legs. Do your legs go all the way up? Hell yeah.
Are you
I just got the-
long-legged and hot? How
Yeah.
is that a bad thing?
Yeah, it literally is like, I'm so sorry. If someone compliments you like that, fuck you, dude. Just
Yes.
completely fuck you, dude.
Well, now compliments are akin to a dangerous thing.
Like, I love every compliment I get. It's amazing. Even if you say that, I'm pretty for a redhead, I even take that as a compliment.
No, and I'm just saying,
Oh,
like, wouldn't
that's
that be good for your business? Like, having good review, like, wouldn't more people want to go? Because it's Airbnb. Like, the people, the owners aren't staying in the house at the time, right? They're just,
No.
they perform a business transaction and other people are staying at the house.
The
It's
whole
not
point,
like it's an unsafe fucking situation there.
the whole point of Airbnb is if you're going to be out of town, you could rent out your place if you live in a desirable area, and they could rent it for less than what they would pay for a hotel, and you can make money off your property when you're not there. That's the whole point. So these people aren't even there when you are staying there.
Too bad I live in a shit ass neighborhood and fucking could never pull that shit out. Come and stay in my house. Ignore all the dog shit.
Like, dog shit, but she's hot, so let's do it. It's okay.
Oh, well, look at you. Ain't you a purty thing? That was sexist, bitch. I complimented you. You either take it or get the fuck
I
out.
complimented you, bitch. Take the fucking compliment.
I think that's why I fucking can't stand this bullshit. Is because every single time you hear, I actually had this conversation. I was talking to a buddy of mine. Well, okay. Again, let me reiterate. He used to be a friend of mine, and then he turned out to be a two-headed fucking disgusting snake, and I don't really like associating with him, and I have been ignoring him for quite a while now. He still thinks we're friends, but fuck him. Anyways,
You hear that, John?
no. Zell knows exactly who I'm talking about.
Steve.
But a while ago, how I wanted to kickstart my YouTube channel and my YouTube stance and everything like that was I was legitimately going to have a discussion with him on feminism. Eventually, because we were drinking, his idea, not mine, because we were drinking, it eventually devolved into the two of us pretty much yelling at each other over really dumb shit. Which I can only laugh at now because Cunt pretty much saw that coming, because that's how it always goes when it comes to he and I. But when the two of us were discussing feminism and stuff like that, and at least my stance on it, I brought up Christina Hoff Sommers, second wave feminist. Everybody knows her. Everybody loves Base Mama. Well, this original based mom, not actual based mama from Facebook. Anyways, when I was actually describing her, I used the word lovely because she's a lovely person. Now, he forgets who the fuck he's talking about. Anyone who doesn't know this is I will use words like lovely and sweet for everyone. It is a blanket fucking word I use on anyone who is lovely and sweet and all that shit. And he, for some reason, decided when I said that she was a lovely person, his immediate response was, and that's why I want to push forward with feminism, because you said the word lovely. And I'm like, are you fucking kidding me? I call everyone lovely. I have used lovely when it came to describing Jeff fucking Holiday. For Christ's sakes.
Well, you
I
know,
will use the word
if I
lovely
want
to
that,
describe
if I
anyone.
want that Jeff Booty though, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I mean, it's Jeff Holiday. I want
Yeah, look like booty.
that Jeff ass. But like the fact is that he heard the word lovely and immediately his brain just jumped into, oh my god, gender stereotype. Women are just attractive pieces of meat too, aren't they? No, cunt. Clearly they are to you, the guy who's tried to sexually assault half the women we fucking know collectively. But sure, let's go ahead and say I'm the one who fucking does shit like that because I use the word lovely to describe a woman who actually has a lovely personality.
I've described cupcakes as lovely.
Right? Lovely is not a word that is just solely used to simply describe a woman. You can use it to describe a flower, a house, a situation, ironic situations, for fuck's sake. Like I can't remember what the situation was, but me and Zell found ourselves in a really awkward situation, and Zell himself said, well, isn't this lovely?
Yeah.
It's just, come on. He heard the word lovely and decided to jump into his SJW-isms. And that's the kind of shit that I can't fucking stand. I don't understand why it's so fucking hard to just take a goddamn compliment. For somebody like some of the people in my life, when I compliment them, I can understand. They've probably been shit on for the majority of their life, and when they actually hear a compliment, it is hard for them to accept it simply because they don't think very highly of themselves. For fuck's sake, I'm kind of in that same boat, except now I just accept compliments because it's like, you know what? You like my art? You think I'm cute? Cool. I personally don't like my art sometimes,
well, even if
and I don't think I'm very attractive.
Like that, you don't accept the compliment. You don't have to fucking go to the media and start complaining about sexism and shit. That's just a whole nother level of insecure.
It's just, but yeah, you can be insecure, but for you to lose your shit and actually write an article about how this person was so misogynist or is so sexist, and they complimented you, well, pull the stick out of your ass, change your tampon, stop sucking the fucking patriarchy cock, and open your goddamn eyes and become cleansed, you dumb cunt.
Let me cleanse you.
Or it could be because people feel a little creeped out by random strangers that they don't know
No, it's fine. Like the whole random stranger thing. I'm gonna be honest. Sometimes if like a complete random stranger compliments me, I don't even know what to say. I just say thank you and I keep walking away. And I'm like, that was weird. I've actually seen it happen to some of my friends a little more often than me. But I will see my friends will probably like accept it and just go away. That's it.
You accept it and keep walking.
Just accept and keep walking. And Mocha, apparently you haven't been present to the rinse and repeat or the Church of Rinse and Repeat. So eventually, if Magog is willing to discuss it again, you can ask him. But I highly recommend
fucking. Well, actually, I was here. It's been proven I am a bra.
Our great Lord and Savior Sniggles for copyright reasons.
Apparently, I am a lacy bra. One day I shall ascend into being lacy pantaloons with.
Oh, I thought you said lazy bra. I was like, what does that mean?
It's a bra where it's all stretched out. It doesn't hold you up anymore.
You had one job, bra.
Exactly.
Hey, when you have big titties. All right, today I tore my bra, so don't say shit to me.
Ooh.
It ripped down the center.
Oh. Your favorite one?
Mm-hmm.
You know, that chat Mocha is literally popping out. Her titties are literally popping out of her clothes.
I busted shirts live on air.
Yeah, you have.
Mm-hmm. I literally sat down and my shirt tore. So don't say nothing.
Ah, crap. I've been memed. Well, not literally memed, but I'm starting to become a meme. Malevolent Writer is saying,
if it makes you feel any better, I thought you were a meme before it was cool, Rocket.
No, well, okay. So in the chat, and I fucking love you, Writer, for this. Okay, time up. It's 1 a.m. Mocha, tell them. I like to keep people on time. Did we get a Brockus rant during the 2 hours? Like, okay, Malevolent Writer has been watching this entire time, or at least I think he has, because he's basically been in the chat since pretty much the beginning. So he should know that I've done. But for the fact that he said we get a Brockus rant in the 2 hours, I'm like, shit, it's a thing now. It's expected.
Yes, it is.
Fuck.
Yeah, this is why we look for some of the articles that we do, Brockus, is just to piss you off.
Yeah.
It's part of the rating.
Also, Ren, I'm going to send you a picture of the bra. It's very sad. It's
I know. I hate when it's a favorite bra.
You can also send pictures of your titties.
Did you say you
to
hate
Samaj.
your favorite bra?
Just saying, Mocha.
I've already sent him some before.
Yeah, same here.
Yeah.
Nice.
I've known Samaj for like going on 2 years.
Ladies,
if he think, like, if I know you long enough, fucking Rob has seen me.
Ladies, if you're feeling very generous, I highly recommend you whip out the girls, take a couple of pictures in various different angles, maybe even pinch them or twist them in a couple of those pictures if you're into that sort of thing, and send them over to Samaj and his DMs. We highly appreciate all of the titty pics sent to Samaj, except for you, Opal, yours and mine only.
It's for a good cause.
Opal, are you trying to bake without a recipe? She is asking in chat how much baking soda is in cookies.
Opal, the bag will tell you how much you're supposed to use.
Tablespoon.
Yeah, typically, it's a tablespoon.
Tablespoon. Wait, depends on how many cookies you're making.
Opal, get a recipe.
No, seriously. Opal, how many cookies you be making?
No, do not send them to Cole Spire on Twitter. Cole Spire is a dick. Fuck you, Antoine. You don't need titties.
What the hell? No.
Your Discord is filled with fucking titty pics.
I was going to send it to Lo-Fi, so.
Oh, yeah. Send them on. Send also your titty pics to Lo-Fi. She will appreciate them. Do not send anything but very disgusting, horrible dick pics to fucking
put a tablespoon, Opal. If it's 24, tablespoon.
Darnell, that does not mean start spamming the shit out of Antoine with the dick pics because he's just going to send them to me.
And send all your vor porn to Brockus. He enjoys that shit.
No, that just means you cut out the middleman and send them all to Brockus.
But Opal, for my assistance, I hope to get at least a hug.
Wait. I'm sleazy, Opal?
Don't worry, Opal. You can always punish him later.
I'm a pervert, yes, but I'm not asking for any of these goddamn pictures. I'm telling people to send the titty pics to Samaj and Lo-Fi. Antoine is not allowed to have any. All right. Anyways, I think that's pretty much where we're gonna go ahead and cut this, just because I don't think we have any more stories that are gonna trigger me, do we?
Well, I could find one.
Nope.
We did not do it. Okay, I have one request. Just give me like 5 seconds, please.
Sure.
All right, so I have to go to this guy, so I can go to his one following, which is, no, he unfollowed. Fuck you. Okay.
I do have an article right here.
One Florida woman story.
Okay.
Don't listen to Antoine. He doesn't love you, ladies. He's just gonna spit on you. Some of you might like that, but don't give into the horribleness. Okay, Mocha, Florida lady.
I found Florida woman. Sorry, I had to search here. It's a searching process.
Florida woman.
They're Florida woman.
Than Florida man.
Surprised to learn a car she set on fire doesn't belong to her ex-boyfriend. Oh, it's fun.
Wait, she set a car on fire.
Yes.
Didn't bother to actually look and make sure it was in fact her ex-boyfriend's car?
Yes.
And set the wrong car on fire.
It's right there if you want to just share it for everybody so they can see the picture.
I don't know how to feel. I don't. Oh Christ! Okay.
Like, how do you get that wrong? He's your ex-boyfriend. Don't you know what he drives?
I have to screen share this because she's setting the car on fire in the trunk and all that stuff. Doesn't belong to her ex-boyfriend. Blah blah blah. Look at this profile picture.
Oh,
that's Florida woman. That's on Twitter. That's Florida
woman.
Florida woman's awesome to follow.
Mm-hmm. If you do not follow Florida woman, please follow. It's also Florida man. Follow him.
Yes. Florida man and Florida woman will give you the best feed ever.
Here's another good one. I really just I need you to do this in the Kraut voice for me, please.
Okay.
If you don't mind.
Hold on.
There you go.
This out and then.
There you go.
Florida woman quits job so she can breastfeed her boyfriend full time. My God.
Oh my God.
That is quite possibly the most
now we can end the show.
Please, can we end it now?
Oh, okay. Yeah, we're gonna go ahead and end this shit now. We had live penises as pets. That's a thing. Or at least it was a thing at one point. Which segued into pussy and dick trees. We had a disturbing story about fucking porn and shootings. We talked about Kraut and Tea again with special guest David Charette and his covering of all of that shit. We talked about human chicken embryos and the fact that science needs to stop.
No, they start going for cat people.
Wolf
people and fox people.
Okay, yes, we would like the actual demigod or the demi-humans to be a thing. I'm not lying.
For science.
I think it would be
for
cute.
science.
For science, of course. For science.
Or cabbits.
But
cabbits would be so cute too.
For science.
For science.
I got to show you guys something.
Also, don't forget the sheep girl for us to have a little bit of a picnic with.
So anyways, yeah, we had all of that shit. We also had Sexist Airbnb, and we of course had plenty of what the fuck Florida man stories.
Florida woman.
Florida woman.
Two different Florida women.
Florida woman.
Tonight we had, of course, Rob and Mocha, both of them from the Mistaken Lunatics.
Howdy.
Of course, you can find on her own Twitch streams, as well as a few things from the Help for the Guildless channel, which is actually Proper Villains, and anything that's Help for the Guildless related, and the Cunt stream every once in a while, especially CNN, and Ren from Renelation/Shitlords Anonymous. We have been the Cunt stream. We have been the CNN, the Cunt News Network. Good night, cunts, and get the fuck out.
Later.